Hi, this is Tanya from Love Butter Tarot, back with the readings for the new moon in Scorpio, which is tonight as well. So, yeah, is it tonight, tomorrow night? I don't know. But anyway, it's today that I've got to do the reading. So, hi, Jan. I'm doing this on Instagram and YouTube at the same time. So, please bear with me. So, I'll just wait for a few people to come on and then I will go in with what the energies I've been getting. Psychic, very powerful one. I don't know who's been feeling it. Hi, Ella. Yeah, I feel it's been coming for the last 2 weeks. I know personally I've felt it. And I know personally I'm going through some stuff as well, like really, really deep stuff. But in a way, I woke up this morning and I could have cried, but with euphoria and relief, because it's like, oh, I feel like I've found the missing key that I've been looking for. So there's this little piece of the puzzle has actually just slotted in within the last 24 hours. So that is amazing. So I'm hoping for other people as well that they start to get this, because it is a powerful time. It is uncomfortable, but it's here to push us forward. It's for our evolution, okay? This is exactly what our soul's journey is about. This is what life on Earth is about at the moment. So, hi Al, how are you doing? Alana was talking about you the other day. So, right, I'm going to go in straight away with what I'm picking up. Now, I have got some notes here because there was quite a lot of stuff coming through. So what they're saying at this moment, we have Pluto and Jupiter conjunct. We also have this new moon in Scorpio. And I think we have Mars comes out of retrograde tomorrow. So there's a lot going on. It's like the big guys, are having a bit of a party there. Now, Pluto is kind of about destruction. It lets us break down. But in order to break through, Jupiter is where we expand, and where we have growth and evolution. And Scorpio is kind of the sex, death, rebirth, taboos, the mysteries of the world and everything. So it's actually dark at this moment, but we're never going to find what we're looking for in this love and light, and this is what I feel a lot of people don't realize. They think if we stick to this positive, but there is so much we can learn when we actually start to do our own shadow work and when we really delve into the core of ourselves. So at this moment in time, I feel that many of us, through people I've spoke to, friends, clients, people send me messages, there's a collective feeling of being lost, okay? This like lostness, where do I go? Now, I don't feel we're lost. I feel we just don't know where we're going, which there's a big difference with that. And what this is saying is that during this weekend, and I feel the next week to 10 days, we've really got to listen to our lostness, okay? Really, rather than trying to find a way out, or almost if you think you're in a maze, the more you go into it, and trying to find the way out, the more you can get lost. So what this is saying is listen to this lostness. What is it trying to tell us? Because there is something coming up at this moment in time about our unhealed wounds, okay? Now, a majority of these wounds stem from childhood. And a wound comes when there was a need that didn't get met. Either we didn't get the love that we thought we were going to get. We didn't get the attention. We didn't get, as children, all we need is, we need care. We need nurture. We need this safe place. And sadly, not all of us got that. Okay, we could have got it in a lot of ways, and then there was other ways that that it wasn't there. Now, we also, within this lifetime, we also bring in wounds from our past lives as well. So we're born wounded, okay? And I believe that the whole dance or journey or shit show or whatever of life is in order for us to get rid of these, to tend to our wounds, to really disinfect them, which isn't easy. Did you ever get a cut when you were a kid and they used to clean it with TCP or Dettol and it stung like fuck, but it cleaned it, and that was how it was able to heal properly. If we didn't do that, then it would become infected and it would fester, and then the problems would carry on and carry on. So this is kind of what's happening to us at this moment. And this year has exposed a lot of our wounds. You know, it really has. I mean, you know, it's been such a tough year for everybody, not just externally, but internally as well. And this is why it's happened. You know, we've got to see the gift in it. So like I say, I'm talking about these wounds that weren't met. And what happens? A lot of us are scared of being vulnerable, okay? Now, vulnerability, which I was taught not long ago, and I love it, is that we're showing somebody a part of us which we have been in the past shamed for. So this is if, you know, somebody could be classed as needy, because as a child, they were never given love and affection. So then they might meet a partner or a friend, and they have that neediness to be shown that love. If they actually say to somebody, you know, I really need your attention at this moment, I really need you to put my arms around you, that is that person being in their most vulnerable time, because they run the risk of getting that rejection, which actually caused that wound. So somebody showing you their vulnerability is actually such a gift. Somebody that feels safe enough to show you that is actually such a gift. So when we are showing somebody else our vulnerabilities, what we are doing is saying, this is a part of me that I have been shamed for previously in my life, and I am trusting you not to shame me anymore. It's a big, big move. And this is why I say that with vulnerability comes massive strength. It's pure bravery to be vulnerable, you know, and face that chance of rejection again, because not everybody is going to be that safe space that is going to tend to that wound. But that doesn't have to stop us from actually saying, this is my wound, this is what I need at this moment, and I need my needs met. That is a basic right of being human, okay? Now, as I've said, this is a tough time, and we can drink all the ceremonial grade cacao that we want, but this is not going to heal us from this, okay? This healing that we're being asked to do at the moment, it's messy, it's dark, it's uncomfortable, it's painful, okay? But it's like that living in it anyway. You know, when we live in it, this is our daily life. So it's almost like it's coming to a head, almost like that boil that's ready to pop, you know, and the pain, and it's there, and it's just like, but then when it pops, there's the relief. And this is exactly where we're at this moment in time. Now, when we look at a lot of things I put within the notes that I've put here, you know, when we look at the politics at the moment as well, and I don't want to go too much into that, you know, because everybody has their own views, and I'm just, to be honest, I'm sick to death of it, because it's not about the people, you know, it's all about power. So, you know, but when we look at, you know, the likes of Trump, he is a damaged child. He is massively damaged. You know, whenever we get somebody who is a narcissist or whatever, I'm not saying he is, but I'm using this in the same context. If anybody, you know, we look at that person with narcissism or whatever, because narcissism seems to be a buzzword at this moment in time. But that person was a very damaged child that didn't get their needs met. So they then found a way in order to protect themselves that would get them through life unscathed. And it doesn't. What it does is it ends up hurting everybody else. You know, so as a child, I'm getting goose pimples here. As a child, this man I mentioned, or other people with narcissism, would have learned that their environment was a place filled with lies, a place filled with corruption, and a place that wasn't safe. So they grew up and they actually attract that into their life. So that is the world that they see. So it's not that they're telling lies, because in their mind, and that little mind of that child which was molded in that time, that is how the world was. Okay, so it's like I say, we need to look and we need to send love to the inner child of all of these people, because this is what's crying out for help now. We may be in adult bodies, but that little inner child wants to come out. It wants to play, it wants to be seen, and it wants to be heard as well. So the energies of what's going on at the moment, we're being asked to breakdown, okay, to really break open, to crack ourselves, you know, which isn't easy, but I'm telling you, it is so worth it. I had, as I said, this last 24 hours, I have had such a opening. And I've been doing work for a lot of years. I've been doing the work, you know, but like I say, it's this missing piece has just put in, and it's almost like, hallelujah, now I know what I need to heal. That's where I need to do the work on. So we're being urged to, you know, to break down and break open in order to break free, from our old stories, our old beliefs of how the world is, and our old beliefs of how we are as well. Now, we can read all of the books, okay? We can do all of that. But that is only going to affect our mind. This healing that we are being asked to do at this moment in time, it's somatic. It is held in every single cell in our body. You know, everything from when we were young. I was doing a ritual last night, and it was really taking me to my head and to my hair. And I realized that this hair has been growing for so many years. So it's holding that trauma. It's holding the good times, but it's also holding the trauma as well, you know? And this is what we need to do. We cannot just heal ourselves within the mind. We've got to go internally, and we've got to start to change the way we feel as well around things, because this is where the true healing will come. Mind, body, soul. Okay, so what this is when we talk about, sorry, this in there, when we talk about embodiment, okay, we can learn everything we can in our mind, but unless we embody it, unless we feel it within every single cell of our body, it isn't going to stick, and it isn't going to completely change. And this is what we're wanting to do. We're wanting to change our makeup so that we don't follow the same stories. We don't attract the same situations and the same vibrations that actually hurt us. You know, we can move out of that, and then we can start to attract what we know we deserve and what we know we're worthy from. So tonight or tomorrow, I don't know the dates, we have the new moon in Scorpio. Now, new moons are always about beginnings. You know, it's when it's dark, but that is pure potential. And Scorpio, as I've said, is about sex, death, transformation, rebirth. And this, we're being asked to do deep, deep soul work, okay? Scorpio is dark, okay? It's like Plutonian. We cannot wrap this up in a little pretty bow in any way. We can't. And Scorpio wouldn't like that. You know, it's like the little girl that you put a nice pretty dress on and they just rip it off and want to play in the mud. Because Scorpio is about going deep. Scorpio doesn't paddle in the shallow end at all. It's about going really digging deep. And this is going into like where we were. We've got to get into that dirt. We've got to excavate within our soul to find what is deeply buried. The place that we are scared to go to is the place where we will find the treasure that we are seeking. Okay? So this is put fear ahead. Be more scared of not doing this deep shadow work, because this is what we are being called to do now, you know? And this is a mystical process. We're not going to get it on a human level. We've got to go deep with this. It is not one of the mind. We need to listen to our soul, because our soul knows what we want. Okay, it's really strange. Like I say, I'm doing this shadow work retreat, which is one day, and I'm like, wow. I was out the other day, and I really wanted to buy pomegranates, and I thought, no, I'm not going to buy pomegranates. Why am I buying them? You know, I'll never eat them. Blah blah blah. You know, that was my soul crying out for that. It's like the Persephone thing, you know. That's what she ate when she was in the underworld. So no wonder my soul was saying, you need to eat that, because that is the food that would have nourished me in that moment. But I didn't, you know, my mind said, no, don't be silly. And my mind dismissed it. That is my little self. My mind doesn't know what my soul knows. And if I listen to my little mind, and if we all listen to our little minds, you know, we are never going to grow. And this is what our soul constantly wants us to do. Our soul is the one that is in our corner all the time going, go on, I've got you, you know. Even when we're stumbling, our soul is like, come on, you can do this. And our small self says, no, give up. Give up. It's not worth it. Stay in your comfort zone. but nothing ever grows in your comfort zone. So like I say, we've got to go into that place that we fear. We've got to get them demons and we've got to invite them to tea. You know, Raza Lily Heelan said that the other day, you know, but then we've got to find out what them fuckers are feeding on, because we are feeding them. We're providing the food that keep them demons alive. Okay. And we've got to starve them out. This is what we've got to do. So what we've got to realize as well is we signed up for this, okay? Every experience that we're having within this life, this crazy, beautiful life, we signed up for. And everything we are encountering is because that is a part of our soul that needed to evolve, okay? So we have all of these... we have all of these experiences so we can break down these human walls, these societal walls, these societal beliefs that we have been fed from an early age. You know, as a child, what we want to do, we want to please. Okay. So if you're doing something and you get wrong off an adult, your parent, don't do that. You know, you're messing the place up. Then you go, right, I've done something wrong. So then you sit and you don't be like a child. You don't play. You know, you don't make a mess. This is what children do, you know, and this is just a tiny fraction. There's so much that is instilled in us from childhood, you know, that we've got to go back and look. And it doesn't mean that we're dismissing our parents or anything like that. What it's actually doing is saying, you know, that, right, that is how I was molded, because as humans, we are forged, okay? We are forged. Everything that we are doing now is what has been taught to us. And who is to say that the people that were teaching us that were the best qualified? We are the best qualified to say what we need, not what somebody else thinks we need. Okay, so this is, I'm going off on one because the energy is like insane since I woke up today. So everything that we are experiencing now is an opportunity for us to learn something about us, not what has been imposed on us as well. You know, has anybody seen the meme that goes around and it says like, you know, this is what spiritual awakening looks like. And it's the picture of the sun with a little boy on the horseback and all the flowers. And then what it really looks like, and it's the tower, and it's all death and destruction, people jumping out of windows and fire and everything, because that's what it is. We have to die so many times and be reborn again until we get shed these suits of conditioning that we have been brought up with, you know? So yeah, it's, you know, I mean, die a million times, but each time we have the chance to be reborn. And this is exactly what is going on with this Scorpio moon. So what we need to really, really, really get into here is see where we have disconnected from our soul. Okay, where we have disconnected from it. Because what we will do, if we have disconnected from our soul, we will be looking at all areas in order to give us this fulfillment and this comfort that we're currently needing. Now, we could be looking in alcohol, in drugs, in sex, in material things, in new cars, in spending money, anything that is kind of a lower vibration. Now, I'm not saying, you know, the drug, sex and stuff like that are bad, but when we're looking at them for an escape, when we're looking at it to soothe this part of us that is hurting, it is not the way to go. What we need to do is we really need to go into that pain and see what it is trying to tell us. Okay, so it's our soul is here, and what our soul wants us to do is to be all that we can be, to be the best version of ourselves. That is what we were put on this earth for. And if we're disconnected from our soul and we can't hear its call and we can't communicate with it or it communicate with us, we will know that because we start to feel miserable. We start to feel sad. We start to feel alone. We start to go into victimhood as well. You know, when our soul's with us, we're never alone. We know that everything that happens to us has a reason, and our soul will remind us of that. But if we cut our soul off and we don't speak to it or don't like let it speak to us, then we're in disconnection. So what this time is to really go into your soul, sit with yourself, allow yourself to feel where the uncomfortableness is. Okay, ask your demons the questions. Why are you there? Okay, this is the only way we can banish them. So this time, this next week to 10 days is about rebirth, but it's also about reclaiming that part of ourselves that was shamed when we were a child for wanting our needs met, which is a basic, it should be a basic birthright for every single child. All of their needs should be met, not just for them to be able to survive, but for them to be able to thrive as well. Okay, so this Scorpio power is wanting us. This Pluto, this Jupiter, it's saying, go on, you don't need nothing more. You know better now. And it's wanting us to be like this phoenix from the flames and using this pain that we've had as our power. So the area, if we look at the area of where we are currently suffering or where we have suffered, we will realize that that is actually the pathway to our divinity. Okay, so when we move through this shadow, when we're not scared of it and we really delve deep into it, it helps us to wisdomize ourselves rather than victimize ourselves. Because when we're in that place where we're in fear or, oh no, but this happened to me or that happened to me, we're making ourselves a victim. We are victors. We are strong enough to get through this. So when we go into this shadow, what this allows us to do is transmute that part of us that we have always seen as being a weakness or that others have deemed weak about us, and realize that that is our greatest source of power. So this, to finish off what they're saying here, whatever pain you are currently experiencing or whatever pain this energy brings up to you, see that as being your medicine, because this is what the universe is wanting to do. It's wanting to give you that cure that you've been looking in all the other places for. Okay? So that is Scorpio energy tonight. I'm going to have 2 minutes to see what people are saying, and then I will go on to the readings for all signs. Right, okay. Hi, everybody. Thank you for being here. So I'm just going to have a couple of minutes. Sorry, the energy is like insane, but really good. I'm really feeling it here. It's like it's got that like kind of tank girl kick-ass attitude is coming, you know. That's probably my Venus in Scorpio. That's getting triggered. And my Persephone is in Scorpio as well. And it's like, oh God, yeah, I've got a lot. And a lot of my deep wounds are actually coming to the surface at this moment, you know. But it's actually a pleasure to tackle them as well, rather than a fear, because I'm done. I'm ready. I cannot do it anymore. I'm sick, you know. I'm absolutely sick. So I feel like I've been so vulnerable lately due to traumatic events in my life, and I just hope that I've opened up to the right person. Do you think that I have? Whether it's the right person or not, you've opened up, Jess, you know, and that's what you need to do. I don't know if you watched this from the beginning, but as I said, you know, when we feel vulnerable, it's because there's a part of us that has been shamed. So if you can show that to another person, then that is sheer bravery. It doesn't matter it doesn't matter how they take it. It's the fact that you've been able to do it, you know. So give yourself a big pat on the back there, because bravery is always rewarded. So, right, I've had a major breakdown, cried it out. Amazing. This is what we need to do. This is what we need to do, you know, cry, kick, scream, get rage, anything that's coming out. This is a time to be primal, okay? If we want to crawl in the dirt and stuff like that, this is what we've got to do. We're going back to our primal sense. Yeah. The Ramon shirt shows your Scorpio energy. Oh, yeah, I never even thought about that. It was the first thing that I pulled on. But, yeah, this is it. I'm going all fuck off punk today. You know, the hippie's turn, the punk hippie. Right. I find it hard to believe I've signed up for this crap. Oh, I'm wounded. I've been since I was a child, thought I was making progress. Now I just want to give up. This is the thing. We're tired now. So the thing is, why not have that one final push, you know, because this is the biggie. This is the biggie. I mean, I don't know anybody that's had children, you know, when you're in labor, it's like, right, okay, stop it now. I don't want this anymore. But in that final push, that is when you breathe new life. And this is what is coming, Jacqueline, you know, but we've got to go into the dark. What's the worst that could happen? You know, you're worn out. You're worn out now with the way you're going on. So give it this last final push. You know, because we are tired. We are tired. You know, everybody is. That's right. Hey, Anna. Seen an old love again, not sure what to do with it and afraid of being hurt or disappointed again, but I'll be brave. Yeah, you know, just own it. Own it, Scarlett. You know, that's it. You know, whatever they do, that cannot affect you. If you want to go for it, go for it, you know, because that is you reclaiming your power. By worrying what they're going to do, you're giving your power, or you're giving the power of your happiness and strength over to them. Take it back. This is it. It's like, right, okay, that's mine. That's mine. Think about all of the people you give power to and drag it back to you energetically. This is what we need to do. Yeah. New life. You know, as I said, anybody watched my video the other day, when we are on the bottom, that is the best place in order to start and build again. You know, when everything has fell away, that is when we're at pure potential. Okay. So it's great. It's this energy. I'm really buzzing off it, actually. But I know I'll be crying probably in a couple of hours, because Scorpio always takes me deep and dark, always, you know. But the transformation afterwards is always worth it. Right, okay, so I'm going to go on with this is a regeneration. It's like, I'm like feeling this lava, this like inner lava. If you imagine this, okay, this is what they're showing me now. Go right into the pit, right into your root chakra, your sacral chakra, all of this, you know. Go right into there and see this dark energy, but feel like this lava breaking through, and it's breaking it down, and feel this energy rising up, right the way up through you, up through your crown chakra, and then explode and feel that energy. Think of a volcano. Think of what happens when you see that volcano. It's graceful. It's pure raw power. Okay, and this is what they're actually showing me at this moment in time. It's like, woof, that's it. Breaking down, you know, breaking down all of this stuff that's got matted and stuck and everything like that, you know, hearing it crack open, hearing yourself crack open as well, you know, and knowing that this fire-like energy, this pure sheer power is going to be coursing through your body, you know, by just allowing this stuff to crack. Wow, I wished I had like a projector in my head there so I could just beam that image to you, what they were saying to me, because it's wow, it's mind-blowing. So, right, okay, so I'm now going to do the readings for all of the signs. And who do I start with? I'll start with Aries. When I do it like that, then it's easier for me to carry on when I go in with them. So those on Instagram, I will try and put timestamps on once this is happening. A lot of stuff from my childhood coming up lately, exactly because this is where the wounds were caused. You know, I have lay this week. If you watched me on my last video, I have lay in child's pose. I've been under the quilt. I've covered myself in. I went out. I bought Nesquik. I've anything at all. Ice cream. I don't even eat ice cream, but I needed that ice cream because this little inner child has been crying for attention, you know. So I finally found out what it was that they needed. So that is amazing. So yeah, that's why the little child stuff is coming up. Right. So Aries. Aries. Okay, so I'm going to say, what am I going to ask? What is the darkness that you need to look at? What is the place that you keep hidden that you need to look at? And what is its medicine? Okay, that's the question I'm going to ask for these cards. Right, so Aries. Right, okay. Right, Aries. Right, okay, Aries. So, what's going on for you, Aries, is a bit of feeling like an outsider, okay? Feeling like you have to be strong, you have to plow on, you have to do all of this, not having patience, okay? But almost when you want something, you want it now. Okay, this could be coming up for you. Your patience could be being tested. You could be feeling like you're kind of outside of the crowd. And it's asking you to look at what do you do to find acceptance, okay? What do you do to find acceptance? Do you use money? Do you use influence? Do you use affection? Do you use what is it you use in order to feel connected and part of something, okay? Because that is the deep wound that is coming up at this moment in time. You know, almost feeling like you're not that you're not welcome, but you're always an outsider, okay? An outsider looking in rather than actually being a part of something, okay? So what they're saying here, your medicine with this, and I'm going to use a different deck as well for the answers here, is it's saying that this stems from teenage years, I feel, or it could be connected to siblings. There was a feeling of something being taken from you and given to somebody else. Okay, so feeling that you have to share your things or your thoughts or your beliefs with somebody else in order to get love in some way. So quite interesting. This could even be down to money as well, you know. So that could be a thing where you have this feeling to buy, but it's almost like whatever you give that was yours was not valued and was not given back. You didn't get anything back for that. You didn't get any praise for sharing or anything like that. So that made you kind of an outsider because they got what they wanted, but you had to give something in order for that. So this Scorpio moon is saying to you, really go into the emotions that you felt at that time when you were forced to give something that was yours and that was precious to you and you valued. You were forced to give that away and it wasn't appreciated or valued or acknowledged in any way. Okay, this is what this Scorpio moon is wanting you to look at. Okay, so quite an interesting one, that Aries. Yeah, my moon's in Aries as well, Ella. Right, okay, so Aries, Taurus. Taurus. Right. Okay, Taurus. Right, what I'm feeling here, Taurus, is I don't know if this is connected to, say, maybe a family breakup or a divorce or something like that, but it's almost what I see as being a family unit, this tight-knit place where there was safety and security suddenly breaking down, and the safeness, the love, the nurture, the conversations, all of this thing that we associate with happy families suddenly being separated. So this is coming from a separation, something that was, I know Aries was about them giving something away. This is something that was taken away from you. And I don't know whether you had to then take sides. So I don't know what is this. This could coincide with kind of a split, a parental split when you were young, or being split from your parents in some way. But then it's almost like this loving environment became cold and hard and steeliness. And where did the love go? So it was the separation actually cut kind of the love ties as well, if that makes sense. You know, it cut that feeling of nurture that that you had, this feeling of safeness. It's almost, it stripped you of everything that kept you safe, if that made sense. And I feel whichever parent or whatever was there, I mean, this could be, you know, this could have been caused by the death of a parent, or a parent suddenly leaving, or something like that. There is this almost where there was a big disconnect here, you know, and where something had once stood, there was an emptiness they're showing me. So, right, what is your medicine for this? What is your medicine? I really feel, I know this sounds really bizarre, but they're telling me, I feel anybody that's into this will know, chamomile. I don't know why they're telling you, please drink chamomile tea and smell chamomile. I don't know if chamomile has a smell, but they're saying for some reason chamomile is important here. Okay, so what this, right, okay, wow. I knew they were going to work me here. So what they're saying here is that what this moon is bringing up is, it's going to bring up the pain that you felt when this separation happened, okay? But it's also going to show you where you have allowed the same thing to play out within your romantic relationships as you became an adult, okay? So where you have possibly done too much in order for that person to stay, where you have had this fear of being abandoned or separated that much that you have tolerated behavior that has not made you safe in order to try and give yourself this security that you were safe. I want to say to you that that is not love, okay? So your ideas of what love are, this could be codependency with some Tauruses here, but what your ideas of love are going to be challenged over this new moon, okay? So feel that pain, because as I said, this pain is the pathway to your reality. This pain is your it's the way to get out of this maze that you've gone around in for so long, okay? This is it, where you can actually breathe again. I get the feeling of walking on eggshells here as well, you know? So there's something about this feeling of separation that is causing you to stay in a place that is painful, rather than actually realizing that if something is painful like this, then it is your duty to yourself to take yourself out of it, okay? Nobody should put up with abuse, unhappiness, or anything to try and find this safety, because if there is abuse and happiness there, then there is no safety anyway. It's not a safety zone that you're in, okay? So that's what I feel this is going to bring up for you, Taurus. Right, so who's after Taurus? Gemini. Right, okay, so Gemini, this is what part of you needs to be, what kind of wound is going to be brought up, and what is the medicine for it as well? I don't know if I'm talking about Gemini. I don't know if he is a Gemini, or I don't know if there's a Gemini there, but for some reason Liam Gallagher has just came into my head there. You know, when he goes, as you were, and I'm like that, and I don't know why that has just come in. It might become apparent, it might not. But yeah, for some reason, I wonder if he's a Gemini. That would be funny. Maybe a reading for him. Right, so Gemini. Right, okay. Right, okay. So there's a lot of like love wounds coming up, which obviously, I mean, you know, I'm not just saying romantic love, but I really feel with Geminis, Yeah. With Geminis, what I'm getting here, and how do I describe this? I feel there is a wound within Geminis here, okay, which is being highlighted over this Scorpio moon, which, again, comes from parents, you know, I mean, all the wounds are coming from here. Oh, he is a Gemini, is he? All right, okay, well, if anybody knows him, tell him to get in touch, because I think I have a reading for him. Right, well, they give me some weird stuff, you know, and I've always just got to follow it through. So, right, okay, sorry, Gemini. So, Gemini, I feel that there was something with this, and I feel it's to do with parenting, okay? And it's almost like I feel either a parent's partner or the parents were too wrapped up in their self to give you what you needed. So this could be, for instance, you know, the mother finds a new boyfriend and suddenly all of attention is on him. And it's like, well, you don't cause a fuss because I don't want him to leave. Okay, so it's almost like this beautiful little loving Gemini, happily there getting the love. Suddenly the love switched off because an adult has came on the scene in some way and they are deemed more important. This could have also been, some of you may have had to move houses or move districts or move countries even. Oh God, I'm getting so many goose pimples here. In order to fit in with the parents' lifestyle, okay? And Geminis were not given a say. They were also not, it was not explained to them. Now, Geminis are in the head, so they want to deal with facts. So if you had been sat down and this had been explained and blah, 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 then the wound probably wouldn't have been this big. But what's happened here is it suddenly, you were there, your cup full, everything great, and then suddenly, right, okay, your reserves have gone dry, and the love machine that was giving you the love suddenly has a different direction, and you are then being starved for it. And then to top it all, your place of safety or familiarity or your home was actually then changed as well. So it's this uprooting, it's this sudden change when somebody else comes along. And I feel that perhaps some Geminis as well, what they're saying here is, then within relationships, as you got older, you may have give too much to your loved one, okay, like really, really showered them with love, or you may have kept your heart kind of protected in a way and not being able to receive the love that somebody was wanting to give you. You might have left, because you didn't know how to handle this. So you might have kind of sabotaged your own relationships, either by giving too much love or not being able to receive love in some way, okay? I'm feeling quite emotional with this, Gemini. If anybody wants to send me a message afterwards, you know, then please do. But it's very, very clear, this. Very clear. It's almost like you were stripped. You were stripped of the love and attention, and it was given to somebody else. An adult in some way, right? Right, okay, so what is your medicine, Gemini? This is what we're looking at. So it might be painful, but like I say, this Scorpio moon is about a pain. Go back and listen to the beginning of this video where I explain the energies, okay? So, right, what is your medicine here? Oh, God, Gemini, your medicine is, and your message they're wanting to say here is, look at the faith that you have now, okay? That faith has kept you safe. When you had nothing, when you were stripped of everything there was always that hope. There was something there. And Spirit were there with you at exactly that time. And Spirit have stayed, Okay, that's what they're wanting to say to you here. Spirit have stayed. They have carried you to safeness. They have made you more secure within yourself, and they have kept you with hope all of that time. Okay, so if you allow this pain of the past to dissipate and see the gifts that this actually brought spirit into your life, you might have been stripped by that love, but you were given love from spirit, which is of the purest form possible. Okay, and they have been with you all of the way since that day this happened, and they have kept you safe. So when you see the safeness that spirit have give you, your heart can start to heal for the love that you thought you'd never got, but you were getting in a different way. And this was love within the purest form. Okay? Know that. Please know that, because I really feel with this, there's almost like this relief of just hearing that, as if like, yes, I didn't lose anything. Look at what I've gained, because I feel the people that were connected to this, they're the ones that aren't living happy lives now. And you, even if you're not, you have the ability to at any time when you realize what it is you have. Okay? And what it realized that these situations actually brought you. So I hope that makes sense, Gemini. Sorry, that was quite a heavy one. I'm gonna have a drink here. I need coffee. I've actually, this is my inner child again. I've got I'm making myself mocha with Bailey's in it. And again, it's just like anything. I'm needing this like kind of comfort, creamy, whatever, it's insane. It's not a lot of Bailey's, it's just a little shot of it. Right, so who are we on? Gemini. I've done Gemini. Who do I have now? Cancer. You know what? I think on the 31st of January, right? I'm just thinking there, as we say goodbye to this year, I think I'm going to come on and do a live for 12 o'clock where I am, so I don't know what time it'll be where anybody, but I really feel, do you know what I mean? Because I feel, although I haven't done as many videos as what I would normally do, because I've been going on my own journey, I really feel the collective here, the people that are still here, we've kind of helped each other through this. Okay, so on New Year's Eve, we will, if you want to, we will see the new year in together, and just a little chit chat, see what we've learned this year and stuff like that. So, if anybody would like that, because I know New Year is a funny time and people will be by themselves and stuff like that, but let's open this place up and and say thank you to this year for how we have changed from the beginning of it. Okay, I just brought that in, so please remind me on and hold me to that. So right, who am I on? Cancer. Yeah, I may do Christmas as well, because I'm here, I'm secluded, I'm going to be by myself for the whole lot of the holidays, and there's nothing open. We're in lockdown and there's nobody here I know and stuff. So yeah, if we can all spend time together, that would be great, and I'm happy to do it. So right, Cancer. What have we got for Cancer here? Right, okay, Cancer. Sorry, I'm just waiting to see what's coming through, because there's quite a lot and I want to make sure that I'm getting these right. So there's some reason for Cancer feeling sorry, Cancer, this is a bit of a tough one. So I've got to go in with this. Yeah, there's something coming up with Cancer that I feel is connected to status. Okay, this is it, connected to status, connected to finances, connected to professions or something like that, okay? So I feel what is being brought up with this. So, I mean, Cancers are beautiful souls, you know, they're very feeling, you know, they go with their feelings rule them a lot. And what this is saying is that some Cancers may have gone their own way. They may have decided to not follow the flock and gone off and, you know, done what they felt was right for their career or their profession, okay? And to them, this was them being seen as successful. Yet, what this is saying, this has disconnected them from somebody else or something else. So what this is saying is that there is a feeling around Cancer, and again, this could come from childhood. You know, this could have been like when you're a kid saying, right, what do you want to be when you grow up? And you go, oh, I want to be an astronaut. And it's, don't be silly. You don't want to be an astronaut. You know, I want to be an artist. Don't be silly. Artists don't make money. So that passion, that thing you were passionate about, that thing that moved your soul, what you really wanted to be, you know, that was what drove you. That was your vision, was dismissed straight away. So you were dismissed. You were deemed, I don't like to use this word, but this is the word coming through. You were deemed stupid or silly for having these big ideas, for thinking outside of the box. So some Cancers might feel that in order, their wound might be that they need to fit into the box in order to be deemed as successful, but in order to be deemed to be accepted as well from those that they love. Now, those that love you, it shouldn't be however much money you've got in the bank or what security or what status you have or anything like that. Love doesn't come from a bank. You know, you cannot buy love. Love is the most valuable commodity that is there. But if somebody is asking you to let go of your dreams or dismissing your dreams or in some way ridiculing your dream, then that isn't love. Okay, so this is what is coming up for you, but I don't feel it's just going to be this situation. It's going to be past ones are all going to come knocking over this this time. Okay, so past hurts, when you have been ridiculed, when you have been criticized, when you have felt like kind of, right, I've got to go and hide myself away, you know, is going to come up this next 7 to 10 days for you, Cancer. And I want to see what your medicine is here, because what it's saying to me here is, look at what lights you up, okay? When you are lit up, when you are passionate about something, when you have belief in something, you are inspiring, you inspire others. That is when you are shining, when you're your best. But when you're being put down, it's almost like that teddy bear going into the box and the lid being put on it, you know? So what this is saying, what your medicine here is, wow, your medicine is strong here, Cancer, is do not be told what you can do of anything. Take control of the situation. I appreciate your opinion, but this is how I'm doing it. Stand strong within your sense of self, because, you know, you might not have all the riches in your bank, but you have the richness within yourself, and you know whatever you have got, you have gotten by yourself. Nobody has given you a leg up, okay? You have fought for that path of your own, which is different to the rest, but that was your lesson. So what is coming up with this moon is just to observe maybe where you're getting this criticism and see, are those people qualified to criticize you? Are their lives, you know, all rosy? So it's very interesting, but I really love this. Cancers are so, so soft and kind and loving. You know, I have two very important Cancers within my life. And you know, they're soft, they're squishy, they're like marshmallow. But with this, I'm really seeing this is like Attack of the Killer Crabs. You know, they're coming back, and they're coming back with a vengeance, and they're saying, right, okay, this is what I'm doing. If you like it, come along with me. If you don't, then that's fine, because I am going my way. You know, almost like that, what was it? The Sid Vicious version of My Way, you know, by, it was Frank Sinatra song, but the punk version of it by Sid Vicious, you know, and this is what it's saying. It was Sid Vicious, wasn't it, that done that? Yes, Sid Nancy. This is what it's saying. So this is what Cancer's got to do. You know, stand deep rooted in your truth and do what you want to do. It doesn't matter what anybody else says. Take control of this situation. Okay, this is it. This is your life, and nobody can tell you how to live it, Cancer. Okay. Right, so Cancer, Leo. Leo. Right. So Leo. Right. I feel with Leo, okay, again, the past is coming up, okay? The past is coming up here. But there's a real feeling with Leo here of being given things. This is what I feel, okay? So it's almost like I feel there could be quite a lot of mixed emotions coming up with Leos, okay? It's almost like not knowing what they want, because it's almost like they've had things, okay? Things were there for them. If they wanted them, they were given, but there wasn't the there wasn't the wait for them. It wasn't like, you know, it was almost like, oh yeah, write a Christmas list. Well, I'll get that now, you know. And my mum was very like that with me. She would buy me gifts. Why are you buying me a gift? It's not my bed. Oh yeah, well, I give you it now, you know. And it was stuff like that. So it was always there. And what I feel with this is that, you know, like Cancer, Leos, they could be looking at what they've got, what they've accumulated with their life. You know, they've done well. You know, Leos are always very driven. So, you know, it's all of this. But then looking at it and thinking, does this really make me happy? You know, does this really make me happy? Because I feel in the past and as children, because there could have been needs that were fulfilled in a way, they're not knowing what it is that they really want. They've kind of gone along because, you know, if we look at Leos like to be seen. They're the ones that'll sing and dance and stuff like that, you know, and they're strong, they're forceful. So they've kind of got through all of this, you know, their past wasn't that damaged. But now they're looking at it and thinking, you know what? I've never learned what makes me happy, because I was that busy making sure everybody else was happy and entertaining them, and thinking that was where I got my love from, by being the entertaining, cute, funny one, you know, and shining. But now it's like, what makes you shine naturally when the people aren't there to dance and clap you, you know, and stuff like that, when you're not put on that pedestal? What is it that really makes you happy? Because with this, it seems that it was your skills or your acting talents, I don't know why they're saying acting talents there, were to make other people happy, so you would get the praise and admiration for it in some way. And this is what is coming crashing down. There's no audience, you know. So where are you going to get that from? So this is asking you to say, right, okay, where am I really safe and secure? What do I really want in my life? Where do I really feel that I fit? Okay, and really, so a lot of you Leos could be questioning your environment. You could be questioning yourselves. You could be questioning your careers, your life path, your whatever, because this is forcing you to have a look at what is deep within you. That, you know, what is your heart saying to you? You know, what is your heart saying to you that you need? Not your head, okay? This is interesting because there's some healing, some big healing needing to come through with this for you. And I'm going to see what your medicine is for this. Yeah, take off those tinted glasses, Leo. That's what it's saying. Yeah. Right. So I feel like, and some Leos as well, they might be having an idea about wanting to branch out by themselves or doing something alone. But for some reason, this past wound could be making them doubt it, okay? Thinking, oh, well, what's the point in doing that, you know? But what they're saying is this is where your fire is, Leo. This is kind of worth pushing on for, okay? Worth pushing on, because this is where you will get the magic. This is where you will actually get your dreams coming to fruition rather than actually living the dreams of other people, okay? So, right, that's Leo. And who do we have now? Virgo. Oh, God. Oh, God. Right. Oh, I need more coffee. Hey, Steph. How are you doing, Don? Right. Okay. So, Virgo. Okay, so what's this moon bringing up? Right. Okay. This is wow. This is all to do with people, Virgo. Okay, and like I say, I never make my these readings personal, but there's big changes coming for Virgo. Okay, big changes. And I feel these changes are to do with relationships as well, okay? What I feel within Virgos here, when I'm looking at these cards, is that within childhood, emotions were very confusing, okay? As a child, may have been told that you were loved, but then showed differently, okay? So words and actions didn't actually make sense. So around relationships, I feel there is a wound around accepting love, okay? Now, what this is saying here is that in many times within relationships, what could happen is if you see somebody powerful and strong and quite controlling in a way, you could, oh, right, okay, they're going to be this answer, rather than somebody that is there to offer this love. Because when there is love involved, okay, and this is with Virgos, there has been this feeling of, I love you, but then poof, love taken away, or then a battle around it. So it's almost like, well, what does love do? Love could shout at me. Love could put me down. Love means that I've always got to be aware that in that split second it could change again. You know, so it's this feeling of a very confusing type of love, I feel, that is coming in for Virgos. And, you know, there's a lot of deep emotions here that I feel have been suppressed because of this. So it's almost like this, I don't feel there's a way in, a fear or a blockage in how to give love, but I feel in how to receive it is the problem. Okay, so you can give, but then receiving it, it's almost like you don't trust it, you don't understand it, you don't know how to navigate your way around it. It gets you in a head mess. So whenever there is love involved in your relationships, you have these crazy thoughts around it, because it's almost like, well, are they going to leave? Are they going to go? What are they going to do? Are they suddenly going to take it back? Are they going to give me it? Are they going to? It's like not knowing what to do. Now, it's funny when I'm saying this. I remember an ex of mine who it was it was a very crazy situation. That's probably why I'm coughing there. I'm purging. And I remember at one point, you know, it was all very crazy, and I remember just starting to cry, and I'm not a person that cries a lot. And I just said, I don't know what you're going to do next. I literally don't know, you know, and it was this sheer frustration and like, almost like I was going mad, because this person was like that. And it was just, you know, and it reminded me so much of my childhood, you know. And I remember just in the split second going, I don't know, I can't do it, you know. And I feel this is what's coming up a lot for Virgos, but this is where it's coming up for changes, because what it's saying here, Virgos, is you need to get out of your head and into your heart. And I feel there's somebody there that is or somebody coming in, if they're not already there, that is going to show you how to do this. Now, they're not going to do anything big. It's not buying roses. It's not anything like that. It's being there present. It's holding that space. It's doing what they say they'll do. It's their actions and their words match. Okay? And this is what is hard. It's almost like, oh, is that truth? You know, so this is going to be a biggie, I feel. I mean, it's a biggie for everybody, I feel. Oh God, I'm honestly here. I'm like literally worn out. I'm actually starting. What is happening, right? This is interesting. When I said that this is this healing that we're going through at the moment is somatic, my body, because I've spoke about this, and because this Virgo reading is resonating, the Virgo reading is resonating with myself, and because I've just brought up that story of the ex, my body has started to react in the way that it would react then, okay? So this is what I'm saying here, you know, it's not we can sort it out in the mind, but we need to go into them parts of the body where we store this energy and release that as well, because my body has literally gone into kind of fight mode there, because I was talking about that. I mean, even my voice seems a little bit shaky, if you understand that, and I'm feeling a little bit anxiety with that, but that was just by speaking about something that happened without it actually happening now. So this is why I'm saying, you know, it's a lot of somatic healing I feel we need. So, right, what is your medicine? What is your medicine, you know? Lovers look into each other's eyes. They don't carry knives. They don't brandish knives. That's what they've just said to me. That's strange. It's almost like I'm seeing this love and looking in the eye rather than like, right, what are you going to do? I'm ready. Right, okay. Interesting. Yeah. Wow. Right, so what's your medicine, Virgo? Sorry about this. Right, your medicine, Virgo, is... God, I could cry. It's believing happily ever after. Okay, this is what you've got to believe. You've got to believe that you deserve it. You've got to believe that it exists, and you've got to believe that it's coming to you. Okay, they're talking about this and they're saying, you know, this isn't somebody coming to save you. You know, not at all. It's you working in unison with somebody. Unison, union. Okay, this is it. This is what they're talking about, a union in some way. So I do feel this is in a romantic sense. And it's almost saying you have to cross the bridge of your beliefs in order to meet it. So it's waiting on the other side of this bridge, that when you cross over, that's remind me of the movie Eat, Pray, Love. I love that. And there's a part where she goes, I think it's attraversiamo, which means I'm crossing over. you know. And this is it, when you start to believe that you are capable of this, believe that you deserve it, believe that it exists, you know. And this is why you've got to go dark, because you've got to go dark into that soul and see that that is what it is you really need, okay? This is where the healing will begin. This is where the balance, this is the balance of masculine and feminine coming in with you, Virgo, and it's the battle with the dark and the light. Virgos like to be seen as being the good girls and the good boys, you know. That's where we got our praise when we were young, you know. Virgos, oh, they're very neat, they're meticulous, they're all of that. Okay, this is allowing that, you know, that dark side of yourself as well, you know, really, really embodying that as well. And yeah, finding that, you know, you're ready for this, you know. Yes, you're happy by yourself. Virgos are very independent, but I feel there's a sharing coming in with this as well, which will just be the cherry on an already iced cake. Okay, so I hope that makes sense, Virgos. I'll have to watch this back. Right, okay. So that was Virgo. So who do I need now? Libra. Wow. I'm just making sure that nothing, the computer's not going to shut off, the phone's not going to shut off. Does it work for you as me doing them on the two of these? Does it not actually change it at all? Because it's easier to do this rather than uploading to Instagram and things. Oh, now I'm going to get vexed, I think, Libra. My nose has got really, really itchy there. That always means I'm going to get vexed. Right. So Libra, what is this Scorpio moon doing for you? Right, okay, Libra, interesting this. So, right, what this is saying here is there is a wound or the shadow that is, sorry, I've just knelt on my own foot and my ankle bracelet's just gone right into my ankle. Sorry about that. Right, Libra, so what this is saying is that your wound in some way and where you have problems with is making your own decisions, okay? This is what's coming up. This is what's coming up for you here. So it's saying, you know, where in the past where you've went to make a decision, somebody has told you that decision is wrong, and you've had to kind of be very Libra and be the people pleaser and kind of not go after what you want because it's almost what somebody else wants rather than you. So it's almost like I feel that with you, this wound that is coming in is saying that you have to sacrifice your wants and needs in order to make somebody else happy, okay? So your decisions are not based on what you want and your wants and needs. They're based on other people. Now, this could be family or whatever. This could have been from an early age, I feel. And I feel for some reason, I don't know why this is coming in, they're showing me kind of a party. Oh, I mean, I don't think this is a wedding. I don't think the age thing is around that, but it's almost like having a party or some sort of celebration where it was your celebration, okay? So say this was your birthday party and you wanted a Barbie birthday or a Superman birthday or something like that, but you were told you can't have that, you will have this. And then you've got to go and be grateful for this thing that you didn't want, that is somebody else's idea and plan. And you're meant to stand there and be all happy and whatever because you didn't get what you wanted. okay, but you got something. I know that's quite a strange analogy, but that's what they were showing me there. So what they're saying there is this is where your idea of love came. You know, you realize that, you know, yeah, love means that I have to sacrifice my own wants and needs for the people that I love. You know, that will show them that I love them. No, it doesn't. All that shows them is that they can carry on dictating your life. Okay, that's all it shows them. So this is what's coming in, and this is where we're saying big changes need to be made. Okay, and they're going to be made whether you like it or not, because this is what's happening with the way the planets are at the moment. We can resist it, but if we recognize where the wound is, take the medicine that they're giving us for it, then we can get through it, you know, and we can be cured. So what this is saying here is that you need to start planning your life, what you want, okay? When you plan what it is you want, then other people, if they want to come along, then they can, okay? But by you know, this could be career, this could be anything, it could be changes, because I feel there are big changes coming in the lives of Libra here, and it's almost like Libra taking a stand. I don't know why I'm getting General Custer's last stand there. I don't know what that actually means. If anybody knows American history, please let me know. But yeah, it's almost like the time is now. You've done your people pleasing, and now it's time to please you and realize what it is that you really need. Because I feel I could give some Libras a magic wand here, and they still wouldn't know what really made them happy, because they would be too busy thinking about what made other people happy, if that makes sense. So, right, okay. Oh, going all over here, Libra. Even this, I feel, could be making some Libras uncomfortable. Right, okay. So what is your medicine here? Your medicine is to step out the way, okay, and let other people be responsible for their own happiness. Make a choice that in the future, your happiness is going to be the most important thing. Because anybody that is asking you to be in pain in order for them to be happy, or for you to be in this place of darkness or depression or whatever, in order so that they have happiness, that's kind of not healthy. That's kind of not cool. You know, that is not relationships in any way, shape, or form, whether romantic, whether, do you know what I mean? Anybody that professes to love you will want what is best for you as well. And like coming into this kind of, you know, this equal decision, a decision that is sat and talked about and made, where you are saying, this is what I want. Okay, so this is kind of law and order here. And not by being in the past. They're saying if you look back to the past, you can see where you will have sacrificed something dear to you for other people's happiness. And they're saying this cannot go on. This is what they want you to do. Okay, they want you to be happy, but they want you to look back to the past and see the times where your balance has been knocked off because you've been allowing somebody else to tip your scales. And I feel this stems from childhood and could have gone right into adulthood. And it's almost like this is where it stops. This is where you stop the story. Okay, that's it. They're not endings. You just decide that that is not going to be my story anymore. Okay, there you go. The cockerel's even crowing it. So, right, I hope that makes sense, Libra. So, right, who do I have after Libra? I'm using them two different decks here, so it's quite interesting. I like it. I hope it's working well for you. Right, okay. Okay, right. So Libra, who's after Libra? Scorpio. Oh, all coming out here, Scorpio. Oh, big changes, Scorpio. Big changes. I just want to say, Some Scorpios, please get the fan belt checked on your car. I don't know why they've said that. Please get I think it's a fan belt, isn't it? Is that what it's called on a car? Yeah, some Scorpios, get it looked at. Or some of you might have a bit of a problem with your car and it's the fan belt. If your car's making a funny noise, that's what it is. They wanted you to know that. Right, okay, that's funny. It's funny. Yeah, I don't know. Would it be possible for something to actually get in a fan belt or something get stuck there or something like that? I don't know. Would that happen? Right. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why, Scorpio, you're going to have to spend some money on your car, okay? It's nothing dangerous. It's nothing like that. But I feel cars are going to be a bit of a problem here. Right. Okay. So, TikTok. I'm getting. Right. I'm sorry they go off when it's random. I'm sorry that it's not bringing it straight in, but they're talking about a wound here, okay? And they're talking about a wound, again, that I've said comes from childhood, but what they're showing me is my grandfather's clock was too large for the shelf. I don't know what else it is, but it's my grandfather's. It was a poem. It was a young poem, and it weighed not a pennyweight more or something. I don't know why they're giving that, but that will be important to somebody, okay? So I don't know if this wound is to do with a grandfather. This could be to do with an inheritance as well, or it could be something that you are taught at a very young age that was not for your highest good, okay? It was connected to words. It was something that was said. Like I say, I feel there could be a grandfather involved here as well. I don't know why they're giving me clocks, okay? They said TikTok, they've given me grandfather clock, and now they're giving me a cuckoo clock as well, okay? So there's something to do with clocks. Right, you got told today that your fan belt was making a noise. Are you Scorpio? So yeah, it was... Right, okay, this is to do with two people. I'm getting grandfather and I'm getting mother, okay? This is coming in for Scorpio. Grandfather and mother are important within this. It's a family unit. It's something like that, but it's words that were said during this. Okay, so I don't know if you were brought up with a grandfather and a mother, or there was some pain connected to the mother that was connected to a grandfather. I'm sorry, I can't tell me. They're showing me this family unit. And it's almost like I feel that Scorpio had to get out of the way of it. They got out of the way. They wanted to get out of the way. You know, it's almost like wanting to be away from this. I feel there was love there, but it was a very controlling love. When I said inheritance, I don't know if this is the grandfather was the one that used the money or something like that, but there's a lot of control coming in within this, and a lot of kind of feeling trapped, feeling trapped, a feeling of being trapped when you were young, a feeling of having to do what you were told in some way as well, and not having a voice to be heard, okay? Whatever you said, it wasn't heard in some way. There could have been alcohol problems or whatever. I'm sorry, Scorpio. It's not. This is just what it's showing me. What I'm seeing is quite chaotic, okay? Quite chaotic around here. And it's almost like I feel you took on a lot of responsibility within this, like, childhood home upbringing in some way. Okay, so that is what's going to be coming up for you with this moon. Okay, so it's really taking you back to this childhood and where possibly your inner child then became a carer rather than actually being free to to be young. And, you know, there's something about books here. I feel books and reading a lot of books. Wow, Scorpio, I'm getting such a pain in my head at this moment in time with this. Yeah, I feel there's so much. I feel a lot of Scorpios with whatever I'm talking about here. I feel they're holding it in their head, and this is where it needs to be released from. Okay, there needs to be, yeah, almost like a pressure cooker I'm getting in my head here. I want to turn the valve and open it. Right, okay, I'm sorry. I don't know why they're saying here as well to Scorpios in a way to be able to understand this as well. I don't know if where you live, anything to do with psychedelic therapy is actually available, but I really feel that would be of a massive benefit as well. If you could actually use that, you know, as a way of microdosing or something like that. It's really going to help you turn your head off. Okay. So, right. Oof. Yeah. You know, I always get this with my head when, you know, it's, I always pick it up with energy that shouldn't be there. So, right, okay, this is all mental, Scorpio, all mental, what this is saying to you here. And it's saying that please get into your heart here, Scorpio, okay, because this is the medicine that you need. While you're in your head and you're still, everything is mental here, that is not where you're going to get the medicine you need. What you need to do is go back into this childhood, knowing what you know now with this knowledge and wisdom, and talk to every single member. See it as almost like a visualization, and talk to every single member, including yourself, and speak from the heart and speak with compassion and give each member what they actually need within that kind of scenario that you're actually going back to, okay? Because it's going into your heart. Love will heal this situation, but not the type of love which was actually given then, okay? You know what love is now, Scorpio. It's for you to go deep. And like I say, even if you do this with just an energetic visualization, it will help the situation, okay? And help yourself to get out of this as well. So, Scorpio. Hold on a second, guys. I just need to... there's an energy. I haven't got my Palo Santo next to me, but I have got my Florida water, and it's the killer of demons. Oh, God, I love that smell. Does anybody actually use this? Aqua de Florida. I usually just use it within ceremonies and stuff like that, but oh, God, I needed it there. There's something around which yeah, wasn't good, but that's like, I love it. Absolutely love it. So, right, Scorpio, who are we on to? Sagittarius. Whoa. Sag is ready. Sag is just trying to bolt out the door there. Sag don't want to see something. Sag don't want to see something there. So, right, what is this Scorpio moon going to be for Sag? Yeah, there's some nice healing coming for Sag, I feel. I feel it's going to be gentle. Yeah, Sag is all right. Sag is all right here. Right, okay, Sag. So what I'm feeling here, okay, is I feel, yes, we're going back to the past. We're going back to this wound. But I feel like a lot of Sages will have done a lot of this work as well anyway. So it's almost like I don't feel you're having to dig deep and go into anything that is exceptionally painful, although it may be a place of pain. But I feel that this is to do with with a passing of somebody, okay? A passing of somebody perhaps when you were young, or perhaps when you were not an adult, okay? This is what I'm feeling. And it's almost like I feel that there was an element within the family unit, there was an element of grief, okay? This is what they're talking to me. So I feel perhaps needs of yours were not met because there was grieving going on at the time, okay? But what I want to say is that this kind of developed quite on a subconscious level. I feel you tuned into spirit. So I feel this Sagittarius as I'm talking to here have quite a connection. You know, they may be psychic, they may be empathic, they may be, you know, doing this type of work as well. But it's almost that this grief is what sparked that off, okay? One of the things that I want to say here is that during this time, Sagittarius might have found or felt that their words, they had to swallow their words, okay? Not that they weren't being heard. The fact was they weren't speaking what they were feeling, okay? So they weren't actually expressing themselves because they didn't want other people to actually, other people had other stuff going on, okay? What I want to say now is, though, that the words of the Sagittarius are what can make them their fortune, or what can actually heal this wound as well. Because I feel, Sagittarius, if you write these words, if some of you are singer-songwriters, poets, you know, writers, journals, whatever like that, it's a case of writing the words that you couldn't say, and whether this is going to help heal other people, whether it's just going to help heal you or what. But there are things unsaid that you are being called during this Scorpio moon to say, okay? I say you might find this hard, but I feel that's just old self-conditioning rather than that actually being truth and fact. So it's almost like I feel that these words could be seen, could be read, and could be a way that might even generate you income in some way as well. So, yeah, this is like, yeah, this is all about the love here, Scorpio, okay? Not Scorpio, Sagittarius, sorry. So this is about, you know, like you, I feel there was love there around you, okay? I feel there was the love there and the support, but I just feel it wasn't given in that way because there was other stuff going on, okay? But what this is saying to you here is there are things that you haven't said that you need to say. This could be to a family member. This could be, you know, sitting down and going, you know what, we need to have this conversation. This is how I felt during this time. You know, I felt out of it. I didn't feel like I got what I deserved because this was going on, okay? And being clear about it. Now, what this is going to do is going to massively transform the situation. And this is what this Scorpio moon is wanting you to do, okay? In order for you to move on and have this belief in yourself and speaking up for yourself as well, you need to actually do it here. And please don't be scared of disappointing someone, because I feel the only person you could disappoint is yourself if you don't do this. I feel whoever it is you need to talk to, or whatever the situation is, when you speak with clarity and conviction, you will realize that this is actually a very, very safe space, and this will transform, okay? It's almost like doing the whole Ho'oponopono in some way, and it'll also going to transform something within you that I feel is going to spark that creative fire again, okay? So like I say, if you've been feeling stuck or whatever, it's because I feel there's words that are stuck that need to come out, okay? So speak them or write a letter, and I feel that will massively help any situation that is there. Right, okay. Right. So who's that? Sag, Capricorn. My headache's gone there now. Florida water is magic. Right, okay, I don't know why. I don't know if this is to do with Capricorn or whether it's just in general. They're playing the song. They've got a proper punk attitude at this moment. You know the song by The Who, My Generation? That is playing so loud in my head at the minute. And it's, what is it? People try to put us down talking about my generation. Yeah. So this is it. What we've got to realize, okay, I feel they're coming in with, is that life becomes generational, okay? So we get wounded by those that came before us. We then wound the ones that come after us and stuff like that, you know? So we've got to realize that it's up to our generation to actually stop that story, okay? It's, we don't have to fight with the next generation. We have to love them and guide them. And remember that we too were once that person being told what to do. So when we know what we haven't got and what we suffered from what not getting, we can actually pass that on to the generation that comes after us as well, okay? When they look to us for that guidance, we know what we needed, so we can then pass it on. And if we do it like that, then it's kind of a pay it forward attitude, and this will help heal the lineage of past family stuff and past generational stuff as well, I feel. So, right, okay, so Capricorn, sorry about that, just a little musical interlude there. Capricorn. Right, okay. Right, okay, I'm getting there, right. Right, okay, there's another song coming through there. Sorry, Capricorn, they've started with the music straight away. When this starts, it doesn't often stop. Right, the song, and I don't know what it is. It's, I know the word of it, the name of it. Helplessly Hoping. Was that Crosby, Stills and Nash? I don't know what the actual words to the song were, but I know the tune of it. If anybody does know what the words, then they are in some way relevant to this Capricorn reading. So I feel with Capricorn, okay, there's this, the wound that is coming here, okay, the thing that they're wanting us to go into is waiting for things to get better. If I nurture it, it'll get better. If I look after it, it'll get better. It'll get better. So all of this, it's almost like Capricorn having this tough skin as well, you know, like saying, right, okay, I've made my bed, I've got to lie in it. I'm, digging my heels in. I am going to make this work. I am going to make this secure. I am going to, you know what I mean? All of this. So it's almost Capricorn are thinking a lot with their head on how they can find a way to almost micromanage life. Okay, that's it, life and the people in it. But what I feel within this is Capricorn is getting tired of this. Now, I feel as a child, and the wound that is coming here is almost like a little bit of a martyr, okay? Feeling like you had to take the pain of other people, feeling like that was your job to carry adults within your life, okay? This was when you were a child in some way. I don't feel like this kind of happy childhood, this, you know, like this, all of this. I don't feel that. I feel it's this responsibility, okay? Now, this could have, I don't know if some Capricorns I'm talking about, I don't know if they had sinus problems or something like that, adenoids or sinus, because as soon as I'm tuning in here, my nose is it's all blocked. It's like it's crazy. So there was something, I don't know off the top of my head, because I'm getting messages when they're coming through and I'm trying to talk all the time and get them, so it gets quite confusing. But there is something to do with sinuses where it's almost like it was blocked. And I feel it was blocked because there was a lot of responsibility put on you as a child, or you took it on naturally as well, because that's what children do. You know, we do what we feel is encouraged of us. And it was almost like, I feel that within the parental role here, their responsibilities was something other than you. It was like, they are okay, they can look after themselves, and then nurturing something else, okay, or trying to find a path of where they want to go. And it's almost like you sit in the corner, there you go, there's a yogurt, there's a whatever, you know, like do as you're told. You know, like, did anybody used to go when they were kids, or is this just us? Because some of the stuff in my childhood, when we think back about it now, it's actually funny, but it's not. But yeah, did you ever used to go to the pub, like with your parents or whatever, and you were given a bag of crisps and a glass of pop and told to sit outside on the road while they were in the pub drinking? You know, that was classic in our upgrade, and not just my life, within the town that I was brought in. And this is kind of what I'm getting with that. It's okay, right? You've got that, sit down and shut up kind of thing, you know. But then you had this responsibility of making sure everything was right, making sure the parental guidance was, the person giving you parental guidance was okay, making sure you were okay, you know, and you were kind of, you know, very much having to do that. The responsibility was put on to you. So this actually stopped you from learning how to be nurtured. You know, what you done was you learned how to give a safe space for others rather than actually finding a safe space for yourself, okay? So what others may have deemed a happy scenario from the outside, it might have looked very happy. There was this little inner child inside that wasn't feeling happy. They were feeling burdened. They were feeling sad. They were feeling the weight of their parents' grief, I feel, as well, in some way, you know. But nobody's seen that, you know. Nobody's seen that. Nobody actually seen that. Hold on a second, you know, this person's heart needs nurture. It needs love. It needs watering, you know, in some way. So I'm feeling there's a real kind of almost give up before you begin, Capricorn. That's the feeling that I'm getting here. So it's almost like I feel you could have made a vow to yourself in that time that, you know, no child of mine will ever do that, or I'm not going to have my life in that way. I am going to make things work. But what they're saying here is sometimes you can try and put the effort in and make things work where it's not meant to. So you actually could be doing something at your detriment because of what happened in the past, if this made sense. Now, what they're saying is that in your childhood, what you needed sunshine, you needed music, you needed happiness, you needed lightheartedness. If your heart is heavy, then you cannot light the hearts of others, okay? So what this is saying is, please lighten your heart. Whatever is in your heart that is making it heavy, then it's not meant to be there. Whether you feel it's there as a security or what, because Capricorn's always about security, but it's not. It's time to take control back, okay, and find your security and safety within yourself. That is where you've got it. You've looked after people for years and made them safe and secure, Capricorn. Now, this is a time where you look after number one here. And anybody that's not making you feel safe and secure, then that is not, you know, they don't get granted that pass, okay? So Right, so medicine as well. Medicine for Capricorn here. What is your medicine? Right, okay. Why am I getting all the music for Capricorn here? Did I get the other ones for Capricorn? Your love keeps lifting me higher than I've ever been lifted before. I think it's like an old Motown. Yeah. Love should lift you higher, not actually drag you down. This is what it's saying to you. Yes, so there was helplessly hoping for Capricorn as well. And yeah, your love keeps lifting me higher. Yeah, that's where you should be aiming, not coming down, Capricorn. And like I say, I don't know if this is sinuses or something, but there's definitely something there. And I feel if you've got it now, this is because there's this blockage. Something needs to go. Yeah, this is it. Freedom at all costs. Okay. Even if this means being alone, at least then you are free to do what you want to do, and you haven't got the responsibility of making sure other people are all right. Okay. Because you cannot do that, you know. You cannot fight a fight that other people aren't willing. They're not putting the same in. Okay, you cannot mother the world. You cannot mother everybody. You know, if you're a mother, then you take that responsibility. But you cannot be the mother for everybody, because this is robbing you of your happiness, and it's actually making your spark go down. Okay, it's not lighting you up here. And I feel like I say this stems from stuff from childhood. So this is what's going to be highlighted for you this with this moon. Okay, Capricorn. Right. My nose is still so blocked there. That's bizarre. Right. My back is hurting so much. Right, okay, so Capricorn, Aquarius. Ooh, I'm going to have to plug the phone in a second and hope I can get through till the end before them. So Aquarius, what is this moon for Aquarius? Right, Aquarius. Right, okay, yeah. Right, the first word I got there for Aquarius, and I wasn't sure why they were giving me that, but it's coming in again straight away as soon as I've pulled the cards there. So what they're saying here, Aquarius, is the word that they give me was ration. Now, I know that, you know, my nana used to talk about when she was during the war and she had her ration books, and you were only allowed so much, you know, and you had to make it last. So I feel that there's a wound in some way connected to Aquarius here, which is to do with lack of finances, okay? I feel it's more to do with that than love and relationships alone. That might have put pressure on love and relationships as well. Okay, so it's this feeling of lack, this feeling of not having enough, this feeling of kind of having this glass ceiling kind of thing around you, and almost like putting efforts in but not getting like full efforts back. So you could have had somebody within your life that worked 90 hours a week but didn't have a very good wage, and there was never enough. Okay, it was, I don't mean, you know, I'm not talking starvation or anything like this, but it was, you know, money I feel was tight, or people were tight with their money, and there was a lot of problems could come about because of this, you know. So money caused a lot of problems, and I feel it's this scarcity, and then there could be this big wound with this that is coming back to you, this feeling of not having enough, this feeling of kind of I feel this could be stemming from a father or a father figure. There's There's a coldness I'm getting. Aquarius is the humanitarian, isn't it? It likes to share. It likes to make sure everybody's all right. But for some reason here, there was this coldness, and I'm always almost getting, like the on Oliver Twist, like, please sir, can I have some more? Like that type of, where he had the balls to actually go up and ask for more of this gruel porridge or whatever. So this is definitely a wound that is coming up here. And it's almost like, yes, definitely it's connected to a male, and it's connected to finances. Now, Capricorn is a Capricorn that's the patriarchy, and also connected to finances. So this is it. This is making sense. This wound that is going to hit you is connected to money, security, and finances here. Okay, so this is where it's going to be hard. So some of you could get a bill in that you're not expecting. There could be some problem arise around money. Okay, but what they're saying here is that this is giving you, like, it's giving you an opportunity to see it in a different way. Okay, it's not about that. It's not about scarcity. It's almost like, hold on, sorry, I want to get this clear what they're saying. They're telling me that I don't know what this means now. They're trouble and strife, which I know in Cockney rhyming slang is the slang word for wife. Okay, so this could be some wound connected to money that is actually coming up, that is affecting your relationships, your marriage, your marital status, whether you're with somebody, whether you're not. It could be that there's something coming in with this, because it's almost like where there's money connected, it's trouble and strife. Okay, and this is going to be hit. It's going to be something that I feel you're not expecting. Could be a bill coming in, could be a summons, could be something like that, but you're going to get hit in the kind of bank. This is where you're going to get hit. And what it is doing is it's coming in to show you where you have a deep wound and where you can self-sabotage yourself as well. Now, this could be a sabotage of yourself where you actually work too much to make sure that your loved ones are actually secure, and realize that, are they missing out on your time because you're trying to make sure that they have enough financially? There's something, it's almost got like a complete Scorpio sting in its tail. It's going to be the opposite of what there's a situation going to happen, which suddenly you're going to feel like, oh God, why has this happened? And then you're going to get that sting, and it's going to actually show you where your wound, or where this this kind of inner child is sabotaging you rather than giving you the security that you think it should do. Okay, could be around a house. It could be something with a problem with a roof, or a problem with a plumbing. It's something that I feel that you're not expecting to fork out on. Okay, and what they're saying here is, your medicine is, your sorry, right, I'm gonna have to plug this in. They're saying your medicine is knowing that you have enough money in the bank to pay for it. So like I say, I don't feel this is going to be a massive problem. It's going to be an inconvenience, if anything, but you're going to have the money there that will, you're going to have the money there that will actually be able to pay for it. Okay, right, my phone's not plugging in, so I'm going to quickly do Pisces, and then I will go off on Instagram, but I will still be on YouTube if you want to go over to there. The Pisces is the last one anyway, so I'll quickly do that. So like I say, Aquarius, don't worry, you're going to have the money there to sort it, but it's really going to show you where you could have a wound around finances. Okay, so right, Pisces. Right. And then sorry about that, my phone, like I say, is going to go off on my Instagram. So if you do want to carry it on, go over to YouTube. It's Tanya Love Butter Tarot. Right. So Pisces. What have we got, Pisces? Again, Pisces, this is all to do with finances for you rather than emotions. I thought Pisces would get hit with them, you know. And what it's saying here is it's almost like I feel it's talking about your work environment here, Pisces. And it's almost like I feel that there's this, you know, this kind of, you know, yeah, it's strange because Pisces energy is very the dreamer, free thinker, you know, stuff like that. But there's some reason that you're going away from that that feeling and perhaps thinking too much about your security in the future and what you're going to do, but it's at the cost of your happiness. Now, I feel this is stemming from mom and dad. For some reason, you're feeling that you've got to grow up, or you have to grow up, or you have to show that you're a grown-up now. But what they're saying here is whatever you're doing is actually making you unhappy. So it's almost like if you want to run away and follow the circus, then do that, because the happier you are, the happier you will be, and then you will probably make more money doing something that you love than actually staying somewhere that isn't making you happy. But this is all coming down to a need of, I don't know if this is in some way wanting to make sure that your parents don't worry about you or something like that. It's like this independence that's coming in. Because I feel the wound with Pisces is coming in where it's like, oh yeah, well, you know, my head's too much in the clouds. I'm always such a child. I need to be a grown-up. I need to do grown-up things. No, you don't. You know, if you're creative, allow that creativity to come out. Let that kind of inner light shine as well with you. You know, follow your heart, because your heart is what is going to make you happy. What's in your heart, okay? You don't have to slog your guts out for something that doesn't make you happy. That is not worth it. And I feel any parent, or if you're doing it for a parent or whatever, I don't feel they would want you to do that in any way, shape or form, okay? So I feel with this, some Pisces could be inspired during this time to actually really, really broaden their horizons, okay? There could have been something to do with this lockdown where they've spent time alone and realize what they want to make them happy. This could be some Pisces going and, you know, quitting their job and going and setting a shack up on a beach somewhere in Hawaii and selling margaritas or something like that. You know, this is it. It's almost like the simple life will be a richer life for you. But this moon is really, really taking you deep into see what you need to leave behind. And I feel this is a textbook way in order to live. What you need to do is realize how other people's opinions can actually sway your decisions in the future, okay? I feel this is to do with when you were born. I don't know, this could be your family might have had to make sacrifices, or like, you know, say they had to give up on their dreams because you were born in some way and they had to give you the security. So there's almost like the guilt that is coming through with that, you know, but this is not going to get you anyway. It's saying here there is somebody who is in spirit, Pisces, who is saying to you, what is the most important is that you are happy in your long-term future. That's what you need to plan for. You need to plan for happiness rather than kind of retirement, if that makes sense. But this is somebody in spirit. I feel it was somebody who at one time may have had a beard. This person may have had a link with music in some way as well, but then they left that in order to go into, I don't know if this is kind of, it's something to do with numbers. It could be engineering, accountant or something like that. So yeah, but it's almost like they are sending a lot of love to you and they are wanting you to say that your future should be planning your happiness, okay? Not your retirement. You will be all right. You will always be all right. So that's the wound that's coming in, this feeling of having to do what is right rather than what you love. And I'm going to see what your medicine is with this, and then we'll go. Right, okay. I feel this could be to do with somebody else. You're thinking about somebody else. This could be about a parent or something like that. So your long-term future is actually dependent on them. Okay, and what they're saying is no, that's not where it's meant to be. Wherever you are, you can actually be there to support, but you can't be there to kind of enable as well. You don't want to go into this codependent way. You're meant to be free, and that is where you will be happy. But at this moment in time, you're putting the own barriers up, and it's almost having to look at that and see why are you putting yourself in a cage when nobody else is? You know, it's down to you, Pisces. And I feel it's about not wanting to be a disappointment or not wanting to walk away. It could be connected to a mother in some way. This feeling responsible, definitely. Yeah. Feeling responsible, almost needing to mother a mother, you know, and the only person saying that you've got to do that is you. So this could tell you about letting that go, because spirit are right behind you here, and it could be a little bit tough, but this is coming in to say to you, you do not need to parent your parents, okay, no matter what age you are or they are as well. And if you sit and have a talk with them, I feel they would tell you exactly the same thing, okay? But that's the only one that came through there. There is somebody in spirit who I feel at one time perhaps had something to do with music or something, and they give it up, but they had a beard at the time, which obviously, you know, a lot of them in the 60s and 70s were. So, okay, I'm going to go on Instagram because this is going to die any minute, but I will just finish off on YouTube there. So everybody that was there, thank you so much for watching. It's going to be a pretty intense new moon, but if we take the advice that's been given there, hopefully we should get through it pretty much unscathed. Okay, so I'm sending lots of Instagram, Satnam. And now, right, and there I'm back on. I'm just going to have to write the name of this here. Oh, right, okay. I'm going to have to leave that there. Sorry. I'll do that when I come off. So, right, okay. Has anybody got any questions before I go? Because I'm a bit knackered after all that. Sorry, I didn't realize the lighting was so bad there on YouTube. But I hope that made sense to people. Like I say, it's going to be a bit of a toughie, but you know, we will get through it. I didn't do that on Instagram, but I just want to pull a spirit card to see what spirit have to say to end this, and then I'm gone. I'm gone. I'm not doing personal readings, Tess. Right, okay, so the card that came out for this is Magic. And it says, magic, blessings, and transformation. The blessing in disguise is coming your way. Keep an open heart and an open mind. That is so Scorpio. So Scorpio, you know. Whatever is coming up with this, know that it's to expand us. It's to break us out of this kind of the shell that we've been inhabiting, you know, this place where we haven't kind of really explored our full power and our full potential as well. Okay, so like I say, it's going to be a bit of a toughie, but you will get through it. Okay, so have an absolutely fabulous weekend. I'll be back on Monday with the weekly tarot reading. Okay, so I'll see you all then. Satnam. Yes, Danielle is fine. Danielle, sorry, just to say that, yes, Danielle is fine. I speak to Danielle every week, at least once a week, and she's absolutely fine. She's just very much like me, you know, we're doing what we need to, because this is the way Spirit is telling us to work with us. Yeah, it's she's absolutely fine. She's doing great. I'll speak to her tonight probably. Oh, thank you, Bobby. Thank you. I'm a widow, and I found Tanya when I was going through the loss of my hubs. She has been very instrumental in helping me get through it. Oh, thank you. I actually got a message from a guy this week who said that they were a widower and that the same happened with them as well. So thank you. It you know, it makes it all worthwhile, because I don't know the people that watch these or anything. So it's really nice to know that, you know, my words can help in some way. You know, it makes it all worthwhile. It really does. So right, I'm definitely going to go now. Thank you so much. I'm sending love to you all. Sat now.